What is up, UTLR Live? I'm your host, LRS, here with the UTLR F2 series. I am joined up in the booth by the league owner, Alex Farrell, and down on the track as well, SP. Both of them are in today's race as we start season 2 of F2. We are here in Australia. How are you guys doing?
So far, so good. I've got my stream up and going. So, first time on the track for F2 in quite some time. So, we'll see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, same here. I'm ready to have some fun. Can't believe we brought F2 back, but I'm ready to have some fun.
Yeah, I assume the clock is already rolling, so let's do quick picks. Who do you guys got?
Myself.
I think Tometo's going to go back to back after last week's preseason. He showed what he's capable of.
Heard you. That is for the feature race for both of you, correct? Nick picked himself
Yes.
for the feature. Alex picked Tomato for the feature.
Yep.
I am going with Clean. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Getting right into this one. Season 2 of UTLR's F2 series is underway. It is lights out, and away we go here in Australia. It's a good start from Clean, a shaky start by Tomato. Here comes Jay up his outside. They're going to be side by side back all through the field behind first. Going into turn 1, Tomato ran deep, Jay crosses him over, and Mason and Clater side by side for fourth as Jay and Tomato bang tires, and Clean is up and out of there. 12 laps here in the sprint. It is really a sprint. They got to get up there. They got to get up there fast. Tomato and Jay not really being nice to each other, getting argy-bargy back here. Looks like Alex is picking up some places. He gets by Heathen. He's also ahead of Knockdown. Knockdown back there, just trying to get some laps in. How did this start look from your guys' POV?
Very good. I love the car. It feels great. A lot better than the F1 cars. Looks like we had a little trouble there.
Dusty's around in the back.
Oh, not good.
Probably interrupt. Big competitor. Top competitor up there.
Yeah, he's around. He's down in 15th. He's behind Knockdown, who is 5 seconds behind off of pace. Clean has already a 2-second lead over Tomato, and the whole field stacked up behind him.
No, look, to answer your question, start was good from my point of view. Turn 1, I expected to get by Outlaw there, and was not the case because he, I guess, went down in the first gear, and I was only able to get down in the second, trying to overtake him. It did not work out, so I'm back here on my own as of right now.
Yeah, well, we complete lap 1, and it is the wheel-to-wheel F1 Series champion, the 2-time Series champion, leading lap 1 here in F2. He only has 2 career F2 wins, but he is looking to get another win here in the sprint. That would be big for him. Tomato never won in F2. Jay has 1 win on his record. Mason has never won. Clater has never won. Nick has a couple on his record. Oh, Nick gets into the back of Clater. He saves it, though. Good save, Nick.
Thank you, sir. I got a little damage, but it's all right. It's just 12 laps.
Dusty comes into the pits. He has a right front end plate missing. Side by side right here for fourth. Mason on the inside of Clater. Great move by him. Moves up to fourth. We look through the grid, Clean up 3 seconds on Tomato. Jay trying to keep up. He's 8 tenths behind Tomato. And we were talking about Clean before. If you talk about Wheel to Wheel's F1 series, Nick and Alex, you probably could chip in too, because he did race stock cars for UTLR. He is really competitive. He's the all-time wins leader for Wheel to Wheel in the Open Wheel series. He has multiple stock car wins on the UTLR side. He's won an F2 or a couple F2 races. This is very expected out of him.
Yeah, I would say so.
God damn it!
He's
Fucking hell!
Oh, Alex
Right.
is out of the session. No safety car.
I'm not surprised, not at all. Alright, so to the booth I go. Just like that.
Oh, and Knockdown has crashed in the same spot as Alex. And still no safety car. Nick, you looked. They were on.
Yeah, they're on. I don't. That is just a spot where they can do a virtual. No need to do a safety car.
Ooh, Dusty
Alright.
almost around. But yeah, Alex, you can now join me up here in the booth. Have some fun for this 12-lap dash before the main event. And Clean has a 3.3 second advantage over Tomato.
Now, good. I'm new to F2. Do I still get to be in the feature, or am I done?
Yes,
course.
you'll be in the feature, but you'll start in the back.
Gotcha. Well, I know we're not to screw up again. Coming off this car, I had no session, no practice. I don't even know what my preset was set on. Honestly, I didn't check it before the race started. So, rough start for the team, but we'll see how it goes for the feature. See how the guys do here in the rest of the rest of the sprint.
Yeah, there's a nice battle going on here between Clater and Daze. They are side by side. You see Clater on the inside, gets up and into 5th. I think he's actually trying to hold off Daze. So we'll see what Daze can do on the straightaway. There is no ERS, it's only DRS. We'll see what kind of time he can gain down the straightaway. Clater's also going to have DRS on Mason. Looks like these three are going to stay pretty much single file as we head towards turn 1, Alex. Anybody stand out to you specifically?
So far it's just this little battle between Meso, Clater, and Daze. Daze here trying to really reel them in. And HD, if these guys start battling too much for longer, HD is going to catch up to these guys. He looks like he's trying to close in ever so slightly because now these three guys are starting to do some battle.
Yeah, and they're really battling. You can see both Clater and Daze go off the track right there. Oh, and back behind them. Oh my goodness, Daze almost got into the wall, but now somehow he's in the picture for this position, this top 5. And there's DRS down through this section, so they're going to open the rear wing. They're going to gain a lot of horsepower, and we're going to see a move probably made down into this little left-right chicane.
Yeah, you see Clater trying everything he can. Looks like he's going on the outside, trying to make the move on the outside there. There's wheel to wheel right there. Clater's going to take the spot over.
Yeah, great move right there. There was a little contact, but yeah, Alex, like you said, that was some wheel-to-wheel racing right there, a little contact, but we like that over here in UTLR. That was nice.
Yeah, and you notice now that has brought HD into the picture. He's now about just a few tenths off from these guys now.
It's also pulling Heathen into the picture. He's only about a second and 1/10 behind them. And it's a big gap back to Eddie. They have a little train here with Loadbroke, Eddie, and Edge forming as well. Looks like Clean is still pulling away, so we're going to keep our eyes on this mid-pack battle. Alex, there's 4, or about to be 5 cars in this. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
You know, Heathen was caught up in the early mayhem, so I think even though his tires are a little shot, but I think he's still got plenty of tire left to make something happen. He's going to be the one to watch once he catches up to this group right here. But right now, obviously, Clater leading the way here in this group. But nonetheless, wait for Heathen to get up there and give him time. He's going to make something happen late in the running.
Yeah, and you can see how equalizing these cars are because crazy stat for you. Clater only has 1 career podium in the wheel-to-wheel F1 Series J. Only has 2. Mason has never finished on podium, neither has Daze. Daze made a great move right there, Alex, on Clater. He got back by him in the same spot. Clater made that move on him.
Yeah, return the favor, man. That's what you gotta do. Daze is ready to take off, but like you said, these cars are so equally balanced. It's just so difficult to get around each other. And the second you do, you're right back to each other's bumper. So a lot to watch for. You see these two still doing battle, and now Meso trying to reel in HD right here as well.
Oh, yellow in the 3rd sector back behind here. Looks like maybe Edge with an issue or Deport, one or the other. It was Edge.
And Edge had such a great qualifying run too, so we'll see how he rebounds from this.
Yeah, he was with that pack. He was with Loadbroke and Eddie, and he lost pace. Yeah, must have damage. But it is 4.2 seconds out in front for Clean. Halfway through the race, can he get to 8, maybe even 10 seconds for a lead?
Now, the only advantage that I would have to say with Clean, like you stated earlier, is he's got more F2 and F1 experience on the open wheel cars than Tomato. Tomato does not have as much stock car. He has more stock car experience than he does open wheel. So that is a advantage for Clean and a disadvantage for Tomato.
Yeah, and if you remember back to Season 4 of UTLR's Cup Series, those two were teammates on Roush. So they know each other pretty well. They're pretty good buddies. They act like they're not, but we know they are. And that's just an interesting dynamic when you're racing somebody you're really close with. We see it all the time.
Oh, and we got one around in the wall. It looked like it was
Mason.
Meso.
Yeah.
As you were finishing up that sentence, he made contact with Heathen and Daze, and actually no, it was with Daze and Meso rear into the outside wall, just enough to keep it on track and not getting damage from it. But Heathen overtook that spot.
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out here to Yeti, by the way, running up here in 3rd place. He hasn't gotten to touch really any games recently due to some personal issues, so impressive to see him with this pace up here right now. 3 seconds ahead of Clater.
Almost definitely, and he's here to shine. He did very well with SP being teammates, and again, they are this year. But they won the Team Constructors Championship last year, so it's going to be quite an interesting show this year to see what these two powerhouses can do as well.
Yeah, yellow in the first sector. That's turn 3 or 4 that there's a yellow. Oh yeah, Dusty off track.
My car sucks.
Bad
just
setup.
Struggling right now.
I just have no... I spun out, broke my wing, and then spun out again. That's nice.
But like you were saying, Alex, the top 2 have a lot of experience. If you remember, too, back in the stock car side of things, Tomato absolutely dominated the Charlotte Roval that one year. He was setting lap times like nobody else. That's usually SP's playground. Tomato was unbeatable. He was setting laps that were seconds faster than SP.
Yeah, and it just comes to show the kind of talent and maybe where some fallouts are for Tomato. He's so good on the road courses when it comes to the stock car side. He just has to find the fine balance to convert it over to an open wheel car. A very dynamically different car and setup and type of tracks. So Clean, he wasn't really the road course ace, I would say, over on the stock car side of things. So to see him performing very well, where he performed last year in the F2 Series Season 1, he did very amazingly. Every single week, he was almost a threat to win. So to see him back up top is no surprise as of right now. Tomato, I know he's going to be looking to swap the roles when it comes for the feature race.
Oh yeah, and I think one of the more important storylines that we haven't really touched on, last season's champion, INF, not racing tonight. He plans to race the rest of the regular season, but he's going to be behind on the back foot. But really, he's looking forward to making those playoffs, which I think he should do with ease, and that point reset. He'll be back in it too.
I think I agree with you. The only difference is that William is not racing, so he might actually have a chance. Might be a little cleaner, but also might be a little harder because the guys that are racing are F1 champions and overall just really good wheelmen.
Yeah.
Most definitely, and it just comes down to the talent of each driver, like you were stated. So INF won't have much of. I mean, he will have a good fight, on his hands when he does return next week. But again, like we were talking about those playoffs, I know it's early to talk about it. It's race 1 of the season, but when it comes time for those playoffs, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers adapt to such a unique format. Number one, number two, to see guys like INF, the former champion. How does he take and how does he set the rest of the season up for those playoffs come time?
Well, yeah, good question, Alex. I think it's also partly because we've seen INF race in the playoffs in a regular, stock car. So, and he didn't do too well, mostly because of, personal things outside of racing. He missed some races, but if he's committed, he's fast enough to do stuff. It's just, you got to be very committed. As look at this, we have a huge battle going on for third. Hunter got by Jay. He's on the podium now.
Yeah, I've been watching this battle over the last couple of laps when we've been talking, seeing how close these guys are doing quarter-to-quarter racing. Yeti losing the podium spot right now, late in the running, losing a little bit of pace now. You got Clater and Daze right on his toes.
Oh, yeah, and I think Hunter's clearly the fastest of them. He will pull away. I think that'll seal the podium, but who is going to get fourth in this race? That's going to be a big battle. You see Clater make the move on Jay. They were making contact earlier in the race. They make more contact right there, but it is Clater getting by Jay.
Later and Jay had history too in the preseason race last week at China. They were also really getting into each other a lot, so that is something to keep an eye on when we go into the feature race later on.
Oh yeah, and now we're gonna see Days try and line up Jay as well. Did Jay use up his stuff? And could Days try and hold up Jay to back him up into his teammate Heathen, who's in 7th place?
You know, Heathen, I think, is just trying to make some good times right now after getting screwed over early. He knows he's not in contention for anything. He's just trying to get some good points out of the sprint here, and set himself up really good for the feature as well.
Yeah, and as this long run is progressing, Alex, if you look at that gap between Tomato and Clean, it is plateaued right at 4.3 seconds. I think Tomato has figured out the track. I think he's figured out where he's losing time. I think during the feature, we're going to have a much closer race. As you see, he is gaining time back. Look at that, under 4 seconds now.
Yeah, he's definitely closing the deal. Like I say, he's figuring the track out. I know Clean's probably looking at it as he just kind of pacing right now, but he's got the gap to win the sprint, but will he have the endurance to win the feature?
Yeah, good choice of words right there, Alex. I think he could. It all depends on how these people use up the tires. You saw how it's gone for Jay. He's lost out on the podium, but they're still keeping up with Hunter. Look at this. Jay's all over Hunter, and he got back by Zach Clater, so he has a chance of this as we come to 2 to go.
Yeah, this is such a great battle right here, Luke, between the top 3, or about 4 cars deep right here, with HD, Yeti, Clater, and Days all neck and neck, heel to heel. Clater looking for that 4th spot. I know he's going to be wanting to try to get by Yeti here going down the straightaway. It's just timely move that he's got to make, and I know Yeti's not going to let him go by so easily.
Yeah, and Yeti's also going to try and make that move on Hunter because let's not forget, that's the final podium position. And, you know, that's going to get aggressive. You see Jay looking and looking, but does not make the move. If they come together, Clater is in the position for a podium, and so is Days. Days has never finished on a podium in the F2 or F1 series.
Yeah, and this is different from last week that we saw at
China.
Was it China? Yeah, last time we saw these guys doing such great battle, all of them. But the problem is that now points are on the line. It's payday for these drivers. Every point matters. So now they're going to fight it out. They're not going to be like, all right, you know, I'll just chill here. No, that's a point that can help them to the playoffs.
Oh, and a yellow in the first sector. Mason has crashed out, but it is too late for a safety car. Now, if he gets hit, we do have red flags, but Nick avoids him. Nick will move on. No red flag going to come out for that. Only 8 drivers will score points here in the sprint at Australia, but Clean comes around. He takes the white flag without mistakes. He's got this with ease. That battle for the podium, though, Alex, is going to be insane.
Ooh, man. Days is on the bumper of Clater. I think they may have made slight contact, but Clater almost got around Yeti there, but he did not quite. He had lay low. It wasn't a good passing opportunity for him.
Jay just lagged, and now he's behind
Wow.
Clater. Way behind Clater, and now Clater has a shot to go after Hunter for a podium.
What a move that was. We'll see what happens and what comes of it here down into the final few corners here. Going through was Sector 2.
Yeah, second sector. Clean is so far ahead that he is in the 3rd sector. Alex, keep an eye on that podium battle for me while I call the win.
Yep.
The 3rd sector for Clean. He won 2 times in the Formula 2 series last season. They were both feature races. He never won a sprint race. He started on pole here in this sprint race. He'll start on pole in the feature race, and he will have company next time. Tomato looks like he's figured it out as he's closed in, but nobody during the Season 2 return to Formula 2 is going to touch Clean here in the first sprint of the season. He goes from pole, he leads every lap, and he dominates to the win here in Australia. He wins sprint number 1 on the season and picks up valuable points over Tomato, the preseason winner. He finishes 2nd, and here we go for the podium, Alex.
Yeah, such a podium spot. They've been fighting it out, but since that lag from Yeti, it hasn't really helped them out. So here they come down the straightaway. HD is going to hang on to that podium spot. It's too little, too late for Clater. He's going to pick up P4 here.
Yes, sir. P5 for the Prema of Jay. He started up there in third. He did not finish there. Days gets points in sixth. Heathen gets points as well. And Deport, a surprise and shocking name, is going to pick up the last point here in the first sprint race.
What a battle it was. Now, will it be closer? I believe so, but we're in store for quite a show.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, for having no voice, I think we did a pretty good job. So,
Yeah. Time for me to go, just about to get ready to go strap into the car once again, and the team got all fixed up, took the body off, and just put a new nose on. It's all it needed. So, put right front or left front on, and put the nose back on. We're ready to go for a first round feature race. So, maybe I won't script like the first time I learned my lesson, but we'll see. I think I got a little bit too overconfident. So, a lot to learn. Just the race number one. I know I'll probably have a couple more opportunities throughout the season. So, we'll see what we can get done.
yeah, and, you know, I think we're going to have a little more chaos unfold here in the feature race because it pays the most amount of points. And everyone has figured out really how to drive the car, so they know how to be more aggressive. It's going to lead to something for sure.
Yeah, I want to point something out too, Luke. The guys who pit, like Dusty, for example, in the first sprint, he doesn't have extra tires now in the race. He's going to have to use that old set. Something to bring in mind. These are not the F1 type cars. The guys who pit this time are going to have to use those old tires. So it's going to be difficult for those guys that pit. So, yeah, and Edge as well, Dusty. So, yeah, those guys are going to be in trouble in the race. I want to point that out.
Yeah, 100% agree. Clean for winning the pole gets the 2 extra points. They're not shown because we had to switch lobbies. So Clean currently leads the championship with 13 points, over Tomato with 8, 6 for HD, 5 for Clater, 4 for Jay, 3 for Days, 2 for Heathen, and 1 for Deport. So Alex, are you seeing anything interesting out of this group who got points in the sprint?
Not really. Impressed by Days to get some points up on the season to get going. So, yeah, that's really my only surprise.
It looks as though we're not going to get any rain.
Thank God.
And the timer will be coming on soon. We all have our feature race picks. I picked Clean. Alex picked Tomato and SP. Yourself.
Pick myself.
All right, well, the timer is definitely counting down, so over under 1.5 safety cars.
Let SP go first.
1 second.
He's really thinking about it.
I don't know. I think we see 1 safety car all race. But I think you'll see 1 red flag.
Ooh.
I think we're going to see over.
All right.
Kind of with SP.
You can hear the clock counting down. We're about to get Season 2 of F2 underway officially in the feature side of things. It's lights out and we are underway. Clean spun the tires bad this time. He did not get off the line as well as he did last time. Tomato moves over to cover off Jay. He fills the spot, but it is Clean leading into turn 1 over Tomato, over Jay, and over Mason as everyone back behind them. Looks like they get through the first couple of corners cleanly. As we head towards turn number 3, it looks like single file amongst the top 7, back behind SP. That is Deport and Dusty battling for 8th. And big contact. There they go. Deport's around. A couple others pile in. A few cars are involved in that. Looks like maybe load broke. Heathen, Deport, HT. Alex is around. Looks like knockdown in it as well. Well, Alex, you got spun, but it doesn't look like you have much damage.
No. A little annoyed with Outlaw. Been caught up in incidents around him. Just, yeah.
Yeah, very understandable.
It wasn't on him, but it's like, bro, I was around him both times.
And while you were talking, we saw Tomato go around the outside of Clean. He's in the lead. Jay is sitting there in 3rd. Clean looks to the inside. It was a fake move to try and get Tomato offline, but it did not work. Nick started deep in the field. He's up to 7th. Nick, how does the card feel with a different setup?
It's okay. It's just it's not there for me right now.
Right, we'll see how that works out for Nick, as Dusty's looking to make a move on him for P7. Look at Dusty go. Leading lap 1 from outside pole, P number 2, second time we've seen somebody lead a lap this season, somebody different. It is clean, 10-second penalty for Hunter for speeding in the pit lane.
I don't know how I got a clean first lap whenever I got pile drove into, but okay.
Oh, someone off of the gravel. I think it's Edge. It is Edge. Quickie yellow there, but then SP's around right in front of Edge. SP will happen.
I've been dustied.
Osama bin Dusty.
Yeah, Edge is in the gravel.
And there's a yellow flag for that again, but he's not going too slowly. As it is Tomato and Clean running 1 and 2. In that order, they're pulling away from Jay, Mason, and Clater, who, again, are in a pack battling for that third place position behind the leaders. Everybody on Super Softs except for Daze, SP, Edge, Hunter, and Eddie. See Clean chilling back behind Tomato. He knows there's not much to lose right now. As the battle for last place rages on between Deport and Hunter. Edge is going to join that battle as he falls back. Alex is going to move up and into 11th.
Edge got a 10-second time penalty. I wonder if he sped too.
Yep, that's what it's for. Oh, he retired in the pit lane.
Interesting. Wonder what's up with him, because he was running pretty good, spun out, and then went pit road, so...
And Loadbroke and Heathen swapping positions. Loadbroke up to 8th.
Wow, he can drive a freaking open wheel car. I'm surprised.
Knockdown way off into the gravel right there. Somehow was not a yellow flag. Mason got by Jay. He's in 3rd. Jay goes off the track. Almost got an advantage there. A little contact between Mason and Jay. Here comes Clater with a push. Coming to him. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Clater down the inside with a great move. Here comes the crossover. Clater's off of the gravel. And now he goes from 3rd to 5th. Jay and Mason side by side. They make contact. Almost around right there. Clater back up and into 4th. As Jay's getting elbows out, he's back into 3rd. My goodness, they're getting aggressive. Top 2 still together. That's Tomato in the lead, Clean in 2nd. They're nose to tail.
Yeah, those two are definitely going to be, I feel like they're going to be like that all race long. Because Tomato has the upper advantage. He figured out the track, I think, better than Clean did. Obviously, Clean had no pressure out back or out in front. So, look for Tomato to be a factor late in the running here.
Yeah, I completely agree. Dusty, you know, I don't know what's going on, but Dusty is absolutely flying right now. Last season, he was not great really at all in F1. He wasn't good in F2. He's up in 6th right now.
Yeah, Dusty,
Just
not the
taking
open wheel
out.
driver you expect, but I guess he's trying to show something.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
must take him out.
He's good on stock cars in, you know, road courses, but he's not the best in open wheel. He has to adapt. It looks like it's working, though.
I think I remember here with UTLR, a lot of these drivers are actually running this series to get better at their road courses because they know a lot of these people that are racing here that you usually would not see in open wheels because we don't have Heat 5 right now. We don't have a stock car game really to play on that we all enjoy. So they're getting the road course experience to try to figure out how a road course is ran, the different dynamics of it, and so that way they're better prepared whenever we get the new game here in a couple months.
Completely 100% agree with you as we see a side-by-side battle right here between Clader and Jay. Clader gets up to third. Clean passes Tomato, but Tomato fights back. Tomato holds the lead. Clader's up in third now, though. But Jay's going to go down the inside and try and make a move. He tries to push Clader off into the grass. We'll see what Mason has to say about that if these two come together. They're still side-by-side. Unbelievable racing. As Jay goes off and into the gravel, Mason goes to his outside. A little contact between them. Mason has to back out. Clader's still on podium. Jay's going to come back at Clader down the straightaway when the DRS opens. How will Clader defend? Like Nick said, they got together in preseason. They've gotten together about 3 or 4 times already this week. Will they be clean? Look at the run coming from Mason. Where does he go? He slots in right behind Clader. He has to fill in behind Jay, though, because they have to go single file through this section. Clader with a great crossover. Jay on the brakes on the apex. Covers off Clader. Oh, and into the wall. The leaders, Clean and Tomato. Why are they stop? They're both stopping on the track. I think Clean had to let Tomato go through. It was an illegal overtake. Both of them hit the wall. They both have front wing damage. That allowed Jay and the rest of the pack to close in 5 seconds on them.
Huge advantage for Jay right there. He's going to have an ample opportunity.
Jay right there doing an interesting little weave on the straightaway. Clader wasn't having any of it. He gave Jay the bumper. There is no bumper in these cars, but he did. Now Clader going to the outside of Jay. These guys battling for the advantage on Tomato and Clean. Jay goes way too deep, overshoots the corner, goes off into the grass. Clader gets back onto the podium. Tomato and Clean are still nose to tail, but now they're only 3.5 seconds ahead of third instead of 8.
Outlaw to pit road.
Okay, he's coming in. First pit stop for him goes from super soft to mediums. Everybody's required to make at least one pit stop, so we'll see how it plays out. Here comes Jay and Mason with a big run on Clader. Nobody makes a move. Side by side for the race lead. Clean on the outside of Tomato, crosses him over, goes to the inside. Tomato with great defense holds the lead. Oh, contact! Jay around. Clader is out. Mason has damage. There is the safety car.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I can tell you who this helps, HD, who really... Hey, slow down Delta, Alex, by the way. See red on your right, slow down. You'll get a big penalty if you don't.
Yeah, I see that.
I was going to say, HD is thanking Jesus and the Grand Cornholio and everyone, because now he can erase that 10-second penalty.
Dusty is forced to stay out so he doesn't double stack with his teammate. He is the leader.
It's too early to pit.
Yeah, unfortunately, what happened there looked like Jay got really aggressive with Clader, got into the side of him, kind of sideswiped him. He spun Clader out, and then Mason hit Clader head on, knocked his wheel off, knocked Mason's front wing off.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Luke, but I feel like it's just too early to put on those tires. I feel like everyone would just pit. Now, if they're on the mediums, I think they're good. I can't. This kind of hurts me because I have super softs.
Same here.
So I cannot pit right now.
Yeah, so what I think the good strategy is here, I think Daze is pulling an ultimate strategy right here. I really like what he's done. He started the race on mediums. He went 7 laps on them, 6 laps on them. He's going to pit and do super softs for the final 11 while everyone's doing mediums. That'll gain him a lot of time short term. If we get another safety car, it may be big and helpful for him.
Think that I should pit now?
I don't know. Alex, also, if you pause your game, it'll drive for you to catch the safety car so you don't have to worry about the Delta.
I've only had it pop up like twice.
All right.
So I'm good for now. You know, I'm not going to pit because, like you said, there's still life left in these tires. We're only 7 laps into the window of about 11, so we're good for about another 3 to 4 laps on this set. I'm pretty sure. Nothing to worry about right now. they need to be overly concerned about.
Yeah, Dusty stayed out, but he's going to pit. So he will give up the lead to pit. That puts Tomato and Clean clear in the lead, with Nick behind them, separating his teammate Jay from a potential battle for the lead.
Yeah, as I said before, Luke, if the safety car goes one more lap, I'll pit this time. Now I feel more comfortable, but I just felt like the mediums, I just feel like we're going to have one more safety car, and if we have another safety car, I could throw those the softs on, excuse me. I throw the softs on, dude, and those softs are way faster than the medium. I already messed up my setup, but I think this could be my saving grace and maybe give me a shot at winning this thing. So I like the call I'm doing. It's very bold. It's a very SP strategy-like type, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you are a winner in F2. You won a sprint race and a feature race, so I think
Actually,
you know what
no,
you're
two
doing.
sprint races, but still. Oh, but I did win an F1 race. You're right. I did win an F1 feature race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At Zandvoort, which we are racing this year. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I think that and the street circuits like Baku are the ones I'm looking forward to most. I cannot wait to hit some of those street circuits. Those will be really, really fun.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I'm going to say right now, Tomato and Clean need to calm down with the tire warming up. Somebody is going to make a mistake.
Yeah. Now, safety car's not coming in this time. Do I pit now?
I don't know. That's your strategy.
Ugh. Do I pit now? The tires, they're kind of cooked.
Well, Alex is on super softs, and he stayed out, and he said his tires feel fine. So maybe if it doesn't come in here, you do pit, you do put the super softs on, and you do the day strategy and try and go to the end.
Yep. I think that's the plan.
SB, you're on super sauce, right?
No, I'm on mediums.
Oh, yeah, you are definitely.
SP has overtaken the safety car coming into the pits. He should come out ahead of Deport here. He should be P10. They still have to follow a Delta before they can catch the field. Maybe not.
I messed up my stop.
Gonna come out in 12th.
I hate that we can't put another set, like a super softs on.
Yeah. The game will disqualify you if you don't change to a different compound.
Yeah. I was gonna go to like a try a bold strategy and go to hards, but then I didn't know we
But wet
had no
tires on
options.
really be bold.
So yeah, we will be looking at that contact
I
between.
mean, Wes got grip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, 3 of the 4 admins are in the broadcast booth right now. We will be looking at that contact with Jay and Clater, but from what you guys have heard, what do you think so far?
Shit. Almost accelerated too early. You asking me the wrong question at the wrong time. Everybody's stacking up back here in the back.
Yeah,
Problem.
Tomato can control the pace and he can jump whenever he wants. So that's the main reason right now. He's backed up from the safety car. Knockdown will catch the group. Tomato gets
You
the
cannot
choose
pass people.
before the line.
Yep.
Unless they wreck. Tomato gets to choose when to jump, and he still hasn't. And I think he might even wait till he even gets to the finish line to get rid of the drag and the draft. Still hasn't jumped. He's still waiting. He's still waiting. He's doing what SP did in Zandvoort in F1. That won him the race. He has now jumped. It's a big stack. Clean gets a good jump. Here comes Jay with a great run. He's got a good move. Oh, on the straightaway. They're 4 wide. Back there behind Heathen, Dusty, HD, SP. Alex had a great view for that back behind him. Unbelievable. Nick, I bet you almost shit your pants right there.
No, it's not almost. I did.
Good. Oh, somebody off in the gravel back there. I think it is
That's me.
Alex. You get pumped
I was
out
getting
there.
ready for
just a
the
mistake.
people to
Oh, big
rear
contact. HD and load broke. Oh man, they're
aggressive.
getting all into it.
Oh, more contact. Nick goes down the inside of Hunter. They're side by side. Hunter squeezes Nick
Oh.
into the wall, and that is a big crash. Alex is in it. Nick is in it. Knocked down into the wall. Safety car back out.
Wow.
Wow.
I was there.
I guess was that Outlaw?
No, that was HD. Just Nick was there, and he
Oh.
just kept turning him into the wall.
Yeah. Well, that was nice.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know, Alex has been involved in about 4 wrecks tonight, and he
I've
has
been in
no.
every wreck.
But he has no wing. But he no penalties. He's still in the race, and he can still contend.
Now, do you pit?
Oh yeah.
He has to. He has no wing. You can just pit to change the wing. Clean is pitting. Clean pits from the lead with Jay and Days. He then comes into pit. So does Hunter, Deport, SP, Knockdown, and Alex. So Mason, Dusty, and Tomato stay out. And Load Broke. They're 1, 2, 3, 4.
Man.
So we definitely will be seeing some penalties that come from this race. There's been a lot of aggressive driving involving pretty much our admins in every single incident. Alex, what did you see go on in front of you? I know it involved Nick, so I'm asking you, so there's no bias.
No,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, there wasn't much that I saw. It was just really HD. It was hard to tell from my vantage point if it was HD or Outlaw. I just saw the 2 car down up ahead. I knew it was those two. Saw SP pretty much come down and try to take the inside lane, and he was already had the advantage there, and then put him in the wall, and I tried to avoid it, and his car slipped back up onto the track, which therefore I went to the outside, and then I cut back inside when his car came up the track. So still got caught up in
Yep.
it.
So that'll probably be a 5-second penalty. It's probably what we'll judge that for HD at the end of the race. So keep that in mind. Maybe it'll be more, maybe it'll be less. We'll have to look at it. I am streaming my onboard POV, so
I was also on board with you. So
okay. So yeah, we got 2 different angles of it.
Yeah, I killed my stream because it ain't worth nothing. It's laggy still, so I don't know what's up.
well, everybody who pitted now.
And
So
Edge is now left.
yeah, so everyone that pitted has put on a new set of super softs, and the only reason they have this set of super softs is because qualifying was quote unquote canceled and the tire set wasn't used. If we still had qualifying and if these people pit in the sprint race, they would have no tires. That's why they have tires. So Nick, you switch on to new super softs. So does really everybody in front of you and around you except for Alex, who's on new mediums. What are you expecting?
Chaos, carnage, and all the above. I think we're going to see I mean, we've had a red flag here before. I just don't know if we'll see one.
Yeah, coming into the pits, Knockdown. He wants nothing of being in the way. He wants to go to the back. Alex still has a shot at some points here.
Yeah, he's still sitting decent. He might have a shot of a good points day.
Top 4, all on old tires. The race has been dominated by Tomato. He's led pretty much every lap. However, Clean, who led every lap of the sprint, he's lining up in 5th place for the restart. He has brand new super soft tires versus the 6-lap old tires for Tomato. But when we go green, we're only going to have 5 laps, Nick. It's going to be pretty chaotic.
I don't even know if we're going to go green this time. We still got a car in pit road.
Yeah, you're right. Loadbroke's up here in 4th. We remember what happened last time he was in a position like this. It was in the stock car series at Homestead, where he had a chance to win. He sent it in there and he took out a couple of cars, got himself in trouble. Got to be careful.
I don't think this safety car is coming in.
Yeah, the safety car is going to wait for Knockdown and for Alex.
Yeah. It's going to take even another lap away of racing, so
Down to 4
unless
to
it
go.
calls it late.
Yeah, like you're saying, Nick, didn't mean to cut you off, but unless it calls it late, we're going to be going green with 4 to go. Unless, again, somebody pits here and extends it to 3.
I think if they pit now, it won't be too bad. Knockdown was already quite far away from the safety car. No one... Oh, man. Deporter's sniffing my... But, oh, load broke. Something happened. The load broke.
Yeah, he's letting everybody pass him.
He can't do that.
Yeah, they're getting penalties. SP's get a 10-second penalty for that. Deport's getting a penalty. Those will be taken away. Lodbrok has to know he can't do that. So those penalties for Deport and SP will be taken away. They're still going to race.
Let the chat know.
My phone is dead.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ignoring yellow flag penalties for SP and Deport will be taken away. They're both 10-second penalties. They will not be getting those. Lodbrok stopped on the track. They had nowhere else to go. So once we get the finishing results, those will be removed. That's their only penalties. They only have 10 seconds. Right, Nick? You and Deport only have 10?
Yep, correct.
All right. Well, we might not go green this time because Knockdown again pitted.
I'm still catching up
it's going
to
this
the
time.
field.
Well, safety car's coming in. Tomato gets to control another restart. What will Mason do if he gets an opportunity to try to win this race? Dusty's up here. We know he's been fast all weekend long. Clean up here in 4th. Has maybe one of the fastest cars. He needs to get by Dusty and Meso quick. Jay's here to capitalize, and so is Days. SP and Deport, though they have penalties, they're in position to win as well. If we could see some carnage, those old tires on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are going to play a big key part in how this plays out. Tomato has not yet jumped. He dipped a tire in the grass right there. Got to be careful for Tomato. Don't want anything to decrease grip. And he jumps right there, middle of the corner, gets a great jump on Mason, caught napping. Dusty got a good jump. Clean got an even better one. Tomato weaving down the straightaway. He does not want to give them the drag. Dusty moves over to the inside to block off Clean. Clean's going to try and sweep around the outside, but Dusty has the preferred lane. Clean tries to cross him over. Can't get there because Dusty parks on the apex. So, 4 to go. And the top 3 who stayed out are still 1, 2, 3. Clean flies down the inside of Dusty. He gets there. Side by side between Dusty and Jay. They make contact. There goes Dusty. He gets straightened out by Days. SP is going to take advantage of that. He gets by Dusty, goes through the grass, gets almost by Days. Man, this is going to be a hell of a race between Clean and Tomato. Mason has to do everything he can to hold them up. DRS will not turn on until 2 laps to go. Jay is in 4th place. Jay could be in position to win this race. He talked all week about how he thought he had the pace. Alex and Nick can contest that. He said he thought he had the pace. He said he was here to win. He said he was here to make a statement. Clean with a late lunge down the inside of Mason. They make contact. Mason off in the gravel. Here comes Jay up to 3rd. He's right with Clean. Both of these guys are going to have an easy time catching Tomato. The question is, who's going to get by him first, and who will have the advantage? 3 laps to go for Tomato. Tomato started 2nd, but I asked him in the preseason, if you win the preseason race, does it make you the championship favorite? He said, I sure hope so. Can he hold off the multi-time F1 champion, the multi-time F2 winner, to get his first ever points-paying win? Tomato stepped out of UTLR to play baseball. He still is playing baseball, but he's found time to get back into the league. He took a 2-season hiatus, and he's looking to win. 1.2 seconds separate him and Clean. Jay losing a little time. Deeport off in the gravel. Nick gets by him. Hunter gets by him. Still 1.2 seconds separate the top two as we come to 2 to go. Jay really closing in on Clean. You know, he's got that straightaway speed in this Prema. 1.1 seconds separating Clean and Tomato. 9/10 of a second separating Clean and Jay. And you know when Clean gets to Tomato, they'll be stuck on top of each other. Jay will be there. What will Jay do? You know he's really aggressive. Through the detection point right there, Clean has DRS. Clean is all over Tomato. 2 laps to go from the premier feature race in Australia. Who's going to get there? DRS is turned on actually this time, so he was not there for the detection zone. Jay must have made a big mistake out of the final corner. He lost 3 seconds. Tomato weaves to the inside, now back to the outside. Clean has a much better tire advantage, but Tomato has a little bit of a more level head on himself. You know, Clean likes to be fast. Oh, and a little block there from Tomato. Clean chose to be behind him. He wants the DRS in the detection zone. He's going to get it right there. We go down the straightaway. It's a little S. Not really a straightaway, but the DRS will open for Clean. Tomato needs to block the inside. Clean is going to make a move here. Where is he going to go? With 2 to go, he switches to the outside. Tomato blocks the inside. They will be side by side going into the corner. Tomato doesn't lift. Clean with a great move gets the lead. Great pass on the outside, gets the lead from Tomato. Like I mentioned, Clean has a sprint victory, or 2 feature wins. He has never won a sprint before today. He won the sprint earlier today. He had 3 career wins. He has 1 more lap to get his first feature win. Tomato falls back behind by a second, but he does open the DRS. He does get it. He does close back into with 1 second, but does he have enough time? Does he have enough pace? Little mistake there from Clean. Lost a little bit of time as Tomato gets to open the rear wing again. Closes into within 0.7 of a second. Last season, the man who won the preseason race won the first race of the season. He went on to win the championship. And it looks like the man who won this year's preseason race is not going to win this one. Unless there's a mistake from Clean. The battle for podium kind of heating up right there. Well, we are on the final lap, and it was 2 safety cars. He started from pole. I don't think he had the fastest car. He took a different strategy. He pitted and put on new super softs. We had a 4-lap dash to the finish. And again, for Clean, he could not...
Oh, bad crash! Up and over goes Days, I'm sorry!
Oh my goodness, yeah, Days is in the wall, but nobody could touch Clean. Nobody could get to him. He started on pole. He won the sprint race. He's going to win the feature race. It's his first feature win and his 4th F2 Series victory. He gets it done in Australia. Tomato comes home in 2nd. Jay going to get a podium finish in 3rd. Nick somehow gets back to 4th place. It's going to be Mason 5th, Dusty 6th, Hunter 7th. Heathen 8th. Deeport, I think he's going to get 9th. Alex is going to get the final point. Alex is going to get the final point. What?
Yeah, I got 10th from Days' incident. Because Deeport will get his 10 seconds back, so it'll put me into 10th. So, yep.
I think the incident was between Mason and Days. Could be wrong.
Well, I'll take a P4 after being like 8th all over.
I'll take my 1 point.
It says I finished 8th, but where did Eddie qualify? Or where did Eddie
He crossed the line
Eddie
in
crossed
9th.
in 9th. It'll say that I got 9th, but he got 9th.
there's your point standings. Alex got 2 points. How did Alex
Alex
get 2
got
points?
a point. Alex got a point.
I am confused on how Alex got 2 points.
Good job, Alex. I'm proud
Oh,
of you, buddy.
well, the points are wrong because we're going to get rid of the penalty for Nick and Deport. So
Oh,
Alex got
because
1
yeah,
point.
because
Yeah.
yeah, let's say because I on the game finished ninth, so I got 2. So yeah, I got points.
So look at that for clean. Sprint winner, pole winner, race winner has a 10-point lead or 11-point lead over Tomato.
Well, I'll take a P4. So we will take that. I don't know how I got P4, so I'll end up with 14 points. Oh man, that was a good race though. I had fun. If you guys want to get the top 3, we can do an interview real fast. If not, we'll
Yeah, we'll
we
get
can
'em.
pack up.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna end my stream so I can get some clips because that was a crazy crash. Luke, did you see the whole crash or no?
No, I didn't see any of it.
Sorry I cut you off when you were doing your finishing, but that was a horrible wreck. There were 3 wide going into the penultimate corner, and they all clashed together and all fucking crashed, and Days went up and over someone. That was a crazy wreck. I was like, holy crap. They the 3 of them were side by side. I was gonna finish about 7th, and then they all cleared each other out, and I ended up 4th. So, but yeah, that was crazy. I'll let you get interviews. I'm gonna look at some clips. Thank you guys for watching the Esports Racing Network stream. SP on board, and we will see you guys in the next one. Okay, that's that. Let's get some.
Yeah, if Jay would get in here.
Who's the top 3? Yeti.
Yeah, Jay 3rd, Tomato 2nd, Clean 1st. Though I don't know if Jay will keep that 3rd place with how aggressive he was. All right, Alex, who
Okay.
do you want to get?
I'll get Tomato
All right.
wherever he's at.
All right, well, I'm going to start interviews with 3rd place tonight. I am down here with Jay, who called his shot. He said he was going to be good here. He said he was going to have a great race. Jay, looked like you had a pretty good race. Besides the contact with Clater, I think pretty solid race. You got up there on the podium. Good speed the whole time. I thought you had a chance to win it at the end, but ultimately you fell out of the DRS. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, it was an up and down race. I got screwed over in the sprint. That I had a couple lag spikes, especially on that last lap. That I could have definitely got HD and had a double podium in the sprint and the feature. But in the main race, I mean, consistency more or less. I started 3rd, finished 3rd. But I'm absolutely heartbroken because of what happened with Clater. That was a battle right there. I don't care what nobody says. I was loving every moment of it, and we got into a little bit of contact. It happens. It wasn't like it was intentionally done. I don't know how that's gonna be looked at. I feel like we all had something to do with it. But all in all, a good race. Good way to start out. Definitely didn't expect the start that I got, but it was definitely something to look forward to. So yeah.
Yeah, good points. No INF here this week. He will be back next week. You're 3rd in the points, obviously, with your finishing positions in both of the races. What are your expectations for yourself throughout the season?
Handle business like I did last time we did this, man. I know I'm obviously not gonna per se win every chance I get, but any chance I get at huge points, I'm gonna fight for. I'm not gonna just back down for it. So if big opportunities like that arise, things of that nature, I mean, I'm gonna go for it no matter what. So it's just gonna be making sure that I'm in the right position to win every time, honestly, or at least get good points or get on the podium.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on your great race weekend. 3rd in the points. You got a podium in the feature. Can't really ask for too much more. All right, and then Alex is down there with our second place man, Tomato.
Yes, sir. Tomato down here. Of course, on track tonight with you, but never got to see you, which is all good. But my man, you got second place coming off of the preseason win. We asked you, does that win mean something when it comes to the championship and the season? How it's not the win tonight, but how does P2 sound to you starting off this season?
Not too bad. I mean, it obviously could have been better, but great racing with Clean all night. That was fun. Um, my bad to Yeti, in the sprint race there on the start, got into him a little bit, and then my bad as well again to Clean there when I gave him a little dive bomb. But all was good. Great racing. Wish things panned out just a little bit differently. Maybe the second safety car not coming out, but still a great fun race. Looking forward to the rest of the season. I know it'll be a good battle between me and Clean throughout the whole season, so looking forward to that.
Most definitely it will. And we were kind of talking about you and McLean in the sprint there because we figured out that it looked like that you were kind of catching Clean a little too late, but it looked like you were learning the track and had it figured out at the end of that sprint to make it that much closer of a battle when it came time for the feature. Do you think that is to be true, or was it just you think that Clean was kind of laying low since he did have that big lead?
I mean, he could have been, not pushing as much, but I mean, in the moment there, I was kind of thinking that his tires were a little bit more worn than mine for how much faster he was at the beginning of the stint, or that could have just been dumbed down to raw pace. He was that little bit faster than me in qualifying, but I also went a little bit different with the setup. As you guys may have saw, I was a little bit faster in a straight line, and that might have just played a little bit difference towards the end there in the sprint race. But yeah.
Well, so overall, you did very well. Had a good hard battle right there towards the end of the feature. Just not quick enough to get around Clean and hold him off and defend him. But you now know you got a top defender like yourself, who we were talking about has some good open wheel experience, but a lot more stock car experience when it comes to road courses versus Clean, who's got a lot more open wheel experience on road courses versus stock car. Then you have returning INF, who is
Um, well, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hello, guys. We're back.
It
Hello.
feels pretty good. Oh, feels pretty good. Definitely harder than.
It's connected.
Yeah, hold on. I got disconnected in the middle of Tomato's interview. And yeah.
damn.
Yeah. When Clean disconnected from the party, it kicked me out. I don't know why.
Damn.
We're still live though,
Okay.
so
So now I hope I
Like-
got my interview.
No,
What
you
was your
got
question,
yours.
SP?
Alright, go ahead, speak.
Yo. Okay, so anyway, Clean, you had a really, really good time tonight. It looked like back to your old self, and you got the job done. And the car, I'm just very impressed with you. And I forgot what I said, but anyway, how does it feel to come back here to the F2 series, a series you've wanted back, and you come out swinging again and get the job done, get another win on your resume here? What does it mean to you?
It obviously means a lot. I mean, not gonna lie, I forgot that the race was tonight. So I had to hurry up and practice right before it, but it was a great race between me and Tomato, Yeti at some points. But overall, it was fun. Do apologize to Meso though. I did accidentally hit him a little bit while dive bombing at the end, so I apologize for that. But other than that, it was a good race.
For sure. Now looking forward to the rest of the season. How are you feeling as far as what the competition level is, and what's the goal at the end of this season?
Yeah, the competition's definitely better than what it was last season, especially when INF comes back too. Tomato, INF, Yeti, USP, all those guys. We're gonna be up there fighting a lot, so that'll be fun in the coming weeks. I'm definitely looking forward to Japan next week. Definitely like more technical tracks, so I feel like I'll be better there than I am here.
For sure. And I'm surprised I even finished P4 tonight, if I'm being completely honest. I don't even know how. It was like 8th all race, 9th all race. I wrecked twice. Still ended up P4. I did get a 10-second time penalty, but that was from load broke braking when we went green. And he wanted to let everyone go by him. And me and Eddie paid the price. We'll get those removed, obviously, and then I'll officially be P4. But very excited to race with you, Clean and Tomato. Jay, P3 and P4 for us tonight if you're still here. So good job, teammate.
Yeah, good way to start.
It's a good way to start. And yeah, other than that, I got nothing else for Clean, nothing else for Tomato, nothing else for Jay.
I got something.
Go ahead. We can't ask
I
what
got
INF
something-
had for dinner, but he's not here. But okay,
I got
go
something
ahead.
for Alex.
Oh god.
Alex, you were in about 5 crashes tonight and somehow still picked up a
Still got a
point.
fucking point.
How do you feel about that? I mean, it's your first time ever racing these cars. First time in the F2 series that you own. How did you feel?
Besides Lobok being in the freaking way after before every caution, not too bad. He was kind of my bug on my shoulder tonight. He was braking way earlier, and I knew I had the pace to outpace him. But if I'm excited to have a season up and going for all my drivers. So glad to have people like Clean and Tomato return. I know Tomato, a little bit more or less because he has been away for a lot longer. But Clean, I know, wanted the series back, and I'm so glad to have him back in. So glad he picked up the win tonight. It's not all about me when it comes to this league, but I'm excited for myself though. I mean, a point is a point, and I know how crucial 1 point is to get in an F2 car. So. It came at the misfortune of others, but at the end of the day, a point is a point. So I will take it, and I might show up a couple times this season. It's always fun to race with my guys, especially we don't have a game to race on until NASCAR 25 comes out. So this is my only form of racing with my fellow competitors and my drivers, and so I want to make that bond and grow that bond with them. That's the only way to do it. So I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, and final question. For the first time racing in these cars, what did you think of their handling? What did you not like? What did you like the most?
Ooh. These cars are very hard to navigate. From somebody who comes from a stock car side, I know Yeti has seen me more or less and knows my experience more or less, but these cars and me do not get along. But these cars, I don't know. I don't like them, but it's just because I'm not used to. I'm not used to the driving style. Definitely a lot tighter as I figured that out in the sprint in the first 2 laps. Went to brake too late, and these cars, if you brake, you're going to slide. So It is what it is. We'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Might get some practice here and there with other tracks, and expect me to see me at especially Coda. I'll be back there for my home Grand Prix and a couple other tracks throughout the season. So, yeah, just got some work to do to figure out these cars more or less. Is the moral of the story.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your first point in your first start. Hope to see you more, especially like you said at Coda.
Especially for sure. We'll see you around.
And yeah, also congratulations to our entire top 4. Clean picking up the win, Tomato second, Jay third, SP picks up P4, Prema take over the championship lead. And next week we head to Japan. Make sure you guys tune in to UTLR Live, where we will be live with everybody up in the booth. Me, Alex, and SP. We'll probably even see Clean and Tomato up here as well again. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you guys there.